Still having trouble.
Sorry, so my passport expired. I didn't, so I have to.
Oh boy, that's okay. I managed to lose the other two anyway, so hopefully it'll sign right back in. Now, do we have to switch clerks again for my 9:30?
I'm not doing the DD docket. I mean, I don't even do. I didn't know you had a DD docket.
I'm
I
covering.
have all the criminal cases.
Okay. Yeah, I have a 9:30 DD docket that I'm covering for Judge Cohen that has 3 cases on it.
Is that going to be on Zoom, maybe?
No, it's in person. They're domestic violence hearings.
And then we're on the calendar.
Yeah, they should be on the calendar.
Yeah.
I hope they are. Okay.
Okay, I'll look it up.
No, the 8:45 was Mr. Casasso's. The 9:30 is Judge Cohen's 3 DB cases that I'm covering. It should have shown that I'm covering for him. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they're at 9:30.
Yeah, I was the one that will be with you for.
Yeah, but I also have, I don't know why it says that because they're at 9:30. The hearings.
Yeah, it's good. I'm good, thank you.
Working? Okay. What's going on here? Nobody's in the room. Oh, there we go. We got them. Okay. Now we're good? Yes? Almost. Is anybody that's in the audience this morning here for the domestic violence docket that starts at 9:30? You are? Okay. You're also on the 9:30? Okay. So that means that this gentleman, and the lady in the back are all here for my 9 a.m. Arraignment docket at 9 a.m. Yes? Yes? Okay, wonderful. So as soon as we're ready to go, we'll start getting you guys. Yes, sir?
Mine is a battery case, so I thought it might be 9:30, but it's also a
Okay, all right, good. You ready? Okay, gentleman in the white, what's your name? You wanna come on up? Sir, you're in the white with the tie? Yes, what's your name, sir?
My name is Daniel Wilson.
Mr. Wilson, okay, give me a minute, let me find your case. All right, Mr. Wilson, and this for the record is case number 20MM691. Here this morning for a violation of probation warrant. That will be granted. So, sir, the state has announced that you're done. Okay, have a wonderful day. Yes, terminate probation. Thank you. All right, ma'am in the black shirt, what is your name? I cannot understand your last name, sorry. Lois Emerson? Emerson? I hope. Servicen. Oh, there, Flory. Thank you. I got her. SERBOUSEK 21MM796. It appears that you are represented by an attorney named Tony Ramos.
Excuse me, Judge, she's with their office. I'm just having a sneeze attack.
Okay.
You're
So,
covering for Ms. Ramos. That would make this a Judge Brown case. I would like to enter a plea of not guilty and set for Judge Brown's next domestic violence pretrial.
Mr. Armpriester, Mr. Stewart just indicated that the state has not made a filing decision yet, is asking to continue this matter to June the 7th to make a filing decision, which the court would be inclined to grant.
Sure, I only have one question. Is this the first arraignment continuance?
That's what it looks like to me.
No problem, no objection.
So it'll be set for June 7th, and then at that time we'll know whether the state of Florida has decided to file formal charges against you. Okay? All right, thank you. Sir in the black, you want to come on up? Ma'am, sir, I'm sorry. The masks make it really, really hard for me to even tell, anything. So I'm sorry. Hi, what is your name? How do you spell your last name?
Emerson, I believe.
Oh, this is Mr. Emerson. Is it Emerson Lewis or Lewis Emerson? Emerson Lewis, yes, sir. 21 MM 814. And Mr. Stewart, it looks like an information was actually filed on May the 14th.
Yes, Judge, so, this needs to be moved to the provost of domestic violence.
So, sir, your case will be before Judge Provost. What the court will do at this time is enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. That will allow you the opportunity, if you would like, to speak with an attorney about your case and find out everything that's going on with your case. If you do not qualify, if you cannot afford the services of an attorney, you could apply for the services of the public defender. Does that make sense? No? It doesn't make sense.
So DD 621.
So tell me what you have a question about. Oh, okay. You don't understand English. You need a Creole patient. A little bit. Okay, we need to get the interpreter and recall this. We need the interpreter. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. So give us 1 minute. All right, let's, the court won't, and actually it does say on the my dashboard that he needs an interpreter. So we'll recall him. Ma'am, you want to come up in the flower chair dress?
My first name is Iya, my last name is Ostuk.
Ostuk, okay. Let me find you. How do you spell your last name?
O-Z-T-U-R-K.
O-Z-T-U-R-K.
Case number 8.
It's 21 MM 800. It's a Judge Adams case. It does appear this individual e-filed a PD application May 13th, but I don't know if it was denied or not.
I don't have her on my docket at all. I don't know why not, but she's not on here. I don't, every once in a while showcase and, oh, she is on there. For some reason, she was marked as completed, which I don't know why. And an information was filed.
And there was an application and she did not qualify.
Ma'am, I'm gonna have you raise your right hand and be sworn, please.
You solemnly swear to affirm the evidence you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You filed an application for the services of the public defender that was denied. And so as a result of that, I would like to ask you some questions to see whether I would determine whether you would in fact qualify. Does that make sense? You filed the application indicating that you make $500 per week. Is that the amount of money that you take home every week?
That is after taxes, approximately after taxes. That's what I kind of check in my bank account.
Okay. What do you do for work?
I work at I'm a supervisor.
Okay. And do you pay rent?
I do pay, yes.
How much is your rent?
$540.
A month?
Yes, ma'am.
Does anybody else help you with rent? Do you have a roommate?
No, I'm the sole breadwinner of my family.
And do you have children?
I do have a son, but he's partially financially independent.
Oh.
But he still lives with me.
Okay. And how much are your utilities a month? What do you pay for like electric and things like that?
Around 300, I would say, for cheap water, electricity, cable, and Netflix, yeah, 300.
Do you have a vehicle?
I do have one, and it's $400 monthly.
For car payment? How much do you pay for gas and insurance?
For my insurance, it's yearly, it's around $800.
Okay.
And my gas is an average of $300 monthly.
200 a month is what you're paying in gas?
200, yeah.
Okay.
Monthly, depending.
Thank you. Do you have a cell phone?
Yes, we do.
How much do you pay for your phone a month?
$143.
And what do you think you pay a month on food?
Everything.
Yes.
Right now, with my husband unemployed, I'm about $4,000 expenses monthly. I can put them into my bank statement.
Your husband is currently unemployed?
Yes, he's on complete on the line care.
Does he receive any disability benefits?
No,
Are you receiving any governmental financial assistance?
no.
And you had indicated on your application that you had $6,000 in the bank. Is that still true?
Right now, no, because I have to pay for my wedding, my bill, and I have expenses to pay. Right now, I am on restriction from the house, so I'm staying somewhere else, which is costing me a lot. So I'm not, I can't afford everything
Why are you staying outside of your house?
because I got extradition order from the court.
You got what? Oh, you got an order from the court?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you have in savings right now?
I knew it that yesterday, it's around 2,800, 3,000. I still haven't paid my HOAs and things like that. It's coming. It's due. I have a lot of bills due.
Okay. Court is making a finding that she's indigent for the purposes of appointing the services of the public defender. It sounds like whatever little bit of savings that you have will be depleted and that you won't be able to hire an attorney. So I am making that finding. So Ms. Armpriester, do you want me to have her come up and get your information?
No, Your Honor, if I may inquire, it was difficult to hear, but did she put her updated, accurate contact info on that application that she filled out?
Oh, let me tell you, let's see. Where's your application for indigency? It says, I've got an address and a phone number. Do you have email? And what's your email? You can write. Well, actually, if you wouldn't mind, if you would write it down, if you would provide it to the public defender's office, they're on the 5th floor with your name, address, and phone number, so they can reach out to you. And what we'll do for you today is enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf and set you for a pretrial. And that
Yes,
pretrial
Judge,
will.
this is a Judge Adams case. I would ask that it be set for his next DV pretrial.
Any objection to that, Mr. Stewart? All right, that's what will happen. You'll be set with Judge Adams. In the meantime, I am appointing the public defender to assist you, and we'll go from there. All right. Thank you. Next date is June 7th, ma'am. All right. All right. What do we have next? Sir, you said that you were here for an arraignment this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your name?
First name.
I know him.
Oh,
Thank you.
my name is Nathan Wanderon.
Wanderon, there you are. It appears that you, sir, are also represented by the services of the public defender, and this is 21 MM 765. And it looks like an information has been filed. Ms. Armpriester, are you looking to set this on the next pretrial? It looks like this one's with Judge Brown.
May I please have the case number? I'm so sorry.
21 MM 765.
Yes, Judge, and if I would like to do that, and can I please confirm the phone number? It looks like Ms. Ramos attempted to call him prior to court, but she never got a call back. Is his number 238-5928?
Yes, ma'am. And I called and left a message for the public attorney or defender.
He said that he did call back and leave a message. So it just, you guys are just playing a little bit of phone tag.
Perfect. Just as long as he stays in touch with his attorney, and I'll make note of that, we're all good.
Yep. So
And I was, sorry, hang up.
that's okay.
My family that filed the charges for the veteran, and they wanted me to attend Justin's place to drop the charges. And I didn't tell the attorney that yet,
Okay.
because I just found out this morning. But they said that they told their attorney, James Stewart,
This is Mr. Stewart.
so maybe they told him, but we haven't really worked on anything yet for that.
Well, if you have an attorney and your attorney can talk with Mr. Stewart about your progress on getting some things done that will benefit yourself. And I don't know what the ultimate disposition will be, but you've got a good attorney to help you with it, and she'll talk with Mr. Stewart and we'll go from there. Justin's Place is a great program, so if you can get into it, that would be fantastic.
Yes, sir. I filed the application.
Good. Yes, sir.
The offer will be in this version, and that will be the condition.
If you want to do that, you'll need to make an appointment with probation, which is right here on the first floor, to talk to them. Diversion means that if you completed the diversion program, which, as I understand, Mr. Stewart is going to Justin's place and completing it, your charges will be dismissed.
All right, thank you.
All right, so good luck to you.
Probation, and then.
Yep, you go over to probation. Yes, and they'll get you all signed up. Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart.
He's got certificates.
Okay, cool, sounds good. Sounds good.
What about Spanish?
I don't think we have Spanish, but we do have one Creole.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, according to, I don't know if it was Don Maritza, Inal? Spanish, I don't know if it was Don. Patricia.
Oh, Mr. Mangone's here for,
So, she's not here. Okay. I'll text next.
okay, thank you.
Your Honor, he's covering like 3 or 4 different courts at the same time, just so you know.
Okay,
I'll text him.
yes, thank you. If not, because I've got a 9:30 docket, we'll use language line. I've got them all lined up back to back today. So if we can't get them, that's what we're gonna do. Mr. Mangone, who are you representing?
Maritza,
Oh, there we go. 21 MM736. And it looks like the information was filed May the 19th.
should go to the regular document. We can file the charge.
Okay. Mr. Mangone, that work for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is with Judge Crown, so we'll put it on pre-trial. June the 2nd, see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who else is here this morning for a 9 a.m. arraignment? You are. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is INDIRECT
Jovanovich. With a Y? No?
J.
J. I don't see you. Am I missing her too?
What's your last name? Giovanni?
Yes. What is your case number?
It's 21MM000243.
All right, let's see what happened to you. Because I don't have you.
Judge, I see her. It's a Judge Brown case. Not that that may help you, but it's JOVA.
We just don't have her. You're supposed to be with Judge Brown. It says 524 for a jury trial. Are you supposed to are you here for a trial sounding?
I had court, Supreme Court, and I was told to come in and pay for the court fees.
Well, you're at the wrong, you're supposed to be with Judge Brown, not with me.
Okay.
And I don't know, I'm guessing he's doing things via Zoom right now. Is he in the courtroom?
Yeah, all the promotion.
Okay, so you should go to 2A and then take that up with Judge Brown, okay? Thank you. All right, so we've got a few people that are missing. It looks like. Mr. Stewart, I'm looking like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people that are missing for arraignment, starting with,
Robert Woods does have Kristen Rogers.
oh, okay. Yes. So on Robert Woods, Kristen Roger entered a not guilty appearance. Oh, you didn't? So we have to roll it. It has not been a filing decision yet. June 7th. For the DB docket or for this morning? Okay, who, is it Hughes and Szymanski?
Yes.
Okay. Can we pop them up over the screen? They're not represented. Either that or we could move them to this afternoon. Why don't we do that? Because this morning is so crazy. Let's put them on 2:15 today and we'll handle it then. That'll make it easier, right? Okay. Mr. Bergeramo, who are you here for today, sir?
Judge, I have good morning. I have a domestic violence case. It's Austin Brown.
Oh, at 9:30?
Yeah.
We haven't switched gears yet. We're
Okay.
gonna have to switch clerks on that.
Okay, well, I'll be back.
Okay, we should be done in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Hi, good morning. What's that? I was hoping to do it in here. Do you think it'd be better up there? Is that where everybody is?
I think they'll let them know.
Yeah, let's just do it in here. It's easier because then I've got a 10 o'clock, so I can just go through the 9:30. Then we start with the 10.
Busy morning.
Yes. When I said I would take Judge Cohen's DD docket, Jen looked at me and she said, "You can't do that." And I said, "Oh, yes, I can. I sure can." Because we're rocking and rolling this morning. So the only one that we have that's a no-show is Mark Hughes, right? Or is he in jail? He's in custody. So he's going to this afternoon. So Manska is going to go to this afternoon. And then we've got Max and we're ready for Mr. Lewis. This is Mr. Lewis. 21 MM 814. For those two cases are arraignments, yes. That's okay. I know. We ready for Mr. Lewis? Yeah. All right, this is 21 MM 814. All right, so what we had discussed was entering a plea of not guilty on Mr. Lewis's behalf and setting him for a pretrial. We are going to enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf and schedule him for a pretrial with Judge Provost.
Okay.
And that will give him the opportunity, if he would like to speak with an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, you could apply for the services of the public defender to help you. You would make that application here on the first floor through the clerk of courts. The charge of battery is a charge that has a victim involved. So we would not be able to resolve your case without the state attorney first discussing your case with the victim or victims. Mr. Stewart, has there been any offer to resolve this case at this juncture, or do you still need more time to talk with the victim? So we're not quite there yet, sir. But we're going to give you a new pretrial date. And what is that date?
June 21st.
Your date will be June the 21st with Judge Provost. All right. Thank you. Can we address Ms. Armbruster's 10 o'clock case while you're still here before we shift? She's got her client over Zoom. That's why I was asking. It's Cotty Ryan. And we could probably maybe address all of them that are hers. Ms. Armbruster, are you setting any of your cases on the 10 o'clock docket this morning for trial?
Your Honor, I believe I am.
Okay. All right, so this would be Patricia Cotty Ryan, 2019 MM 3992, excuse me, and 19 MM 966. Ms. Armbruster, what are we doing with Ms. Cotty Ryan's cases?
Judge, this was a final continuance for Ms. Cotty Ryan to show substantial progress, or we were going to get set for trial. I'm not sure if the email made its way to you. I do know that probation had erroneously informed her to email your JA, Ms. McAllister. Ms. Cotty Ryan has made tremendous progress. I've submitted some of what I had to Mr. Stewart. I know, as everyone's aware, I was in a 3-day trial last week, so I'm still going through some documents and catching up. However, Ms. Cotty Ryan has completely, Judge, she's just made so much progress. She's working full-time at St. Matt's in their catering. She has also participated in David Lawrence counseling, but she hasn't qualified for their 3-month program. And even if she did, she couldn't afford it. She's attended over 52 AA meetings. She's done a evaluation, and I believe I submitted this certificate that she did an evaluation with psychiatric nurse Miss Owens and another abuse and drug evaluation. She's done 27 of those meetings. She's had clean drug tests. She's done counseling with Catholic Charities, and she's still under a doctor's care for her prescribed autoimmune issues. Until I can get...
Change my mind on the final continuance, right? And give her some more time?
Please, Judge.
How much more time does she need and how close is she to finishing?
I think she's very, very close. I just need to go through and make sure that Mr. Stewart has all he needs. If he could weigh in on this, that might be more helpful.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes, Judge, so she was terminated from diversion about 14 months ago. Evaluation and restitution. I don't have any information that she has begun any of those programs, and the only thing I received from Ms. Armstrong was a certificate that she completed a parent education course, which is not really neither here nor there for the purpose of the diversion program. I don't know, I mean, it sounds like she's making progress, but I don't know what progress, whether the progress really goes to the conditions of diversion, or if she, I guess I just don't understand why it's taking this long. She entered diversion in October of 2019. I think she just had to do 2 evaluations to pay restitution, and we're still here.
How much was left on the restitution, Ms. Armpriester?
Judge, I believe there is still some restitution, as well as the $201 fee. And now on that point, Miss Cotty Ryan was in the courthouse like 4 times over the last month, and she's tried to pay customer service, probation, and Mr. Cruz. Who does she pay that money to? Because no one seems to want to take her money. She was here even on Friday to do that.
Well, here's the difficulty. We don't have probation here yet because this case is set for 10, so it might make sense just to leave it set at 10. Oh, they're not coming? Oh, okay. All right.
And Judge, as to why it's taken so long, and I am in no way trying to be flip with this, it has taken Miss Cotty Ryan a while to get on her feet. But she is on them now, and she's doing everything she can. But it did take time, and I will concede that it took a lot of time. But now that she's doing it, she's doing it.
My question is, when is she signed up for a mental health and substance abuse evaluation?
Yeah, my understanding is that I heard your question, it was, has she done the mental health or signed up for it? I believe she's done the classes with Kathy Owens in their psych department at David Lawrence. She completed the course.
Miss Cotty Ryan, you there? Miss Cotty Ryan, this is Judge Nicola. Are you there?
Patricia, it's your turn to talk now. Unmute yourself.
There she is.
Oh, hold on. I think I am.
Yep, you're good.
Yes, I am.
How are you doing with your counseling, Miss Cotty Ryan? This is Judge Nicola.
I'm sorry about all this. I'm in my car. I'm doing very well. Very well.
How long have you been going to the counseling?
Truthfully, on and off for 3 years. According to the last year, consistently since October of last year. And this is just an ongoing new way of being for me, which is really difficult.
How are you doing with the restitution?
Meaning the money, the financial? I've
Yes.
had that money, I've put that away, and I've been trying and made several attempts to physically deliver, and I've gone to every department I could, AG, everything, and no one seems to know why they are not in the position to accept, my resources. I showed them paperwork, the documentation that I had, the
Who's
sheriff.
that?
I'm sorry?
Who are you showing that to?
I first went to, I guess it was the clerk, the cashier, then I went across the way to the probation office, then they sent me to the sheriff's office. The sheriff sent me to the jail, the front end of the jail office. The jail office sent me up to the AG's office, who sent me back down to probation, who then again sent me back to the cashier. And by then I'd been there for 3 hours and I had to leave. I just couldn't stay anymore. And this isn't the first time. It's, you know, it's taken a lot for me to even scrape up any extra funds for this matter, but I have, and I'm trying. I really need closure. My ex and I, we're getting along famously. We're helping each other. My daughter and I have an excellent relationship. I mean, he and I were going through mediation. There's been zero issues, arguments, infractions, concerns. In fact, my daughter may be going to school full-time up in Tampa, and I'll relocate to that area to make it easy for us.
The request for continuance is granted.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do.
Mr. Please help her with the payment issues, because honestly, but it sounds to me like
I've called and normally they go pay at the clerk's office, or especially once kicked out of diversion. So I don't know how else to advise her. That's why I bring it up, of who to send her to pay at the. She's trying. I will figure it out though. I will help her.
Hold on, Mr. Armstrong. I want to hear from Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart.
She's been an accountant for 3 years. Where is the proof of this? That's all she needs to show us. This is why we keep coming back here, because nothing happens between the court dates, and then we come back to court, and
She says she's doing it.
Complete mess.
And we don't, it sounds like it is a complete mess.
So if she's been an accountant for 3 years, she needs to provide the proof of the mental health and substance abuse counseling, and then the case can be closed. But the way we're handling it here is not helpful, productive. If we just continue it for all time, we're just going to continue to do this over and over again.
So where should we put it?
Set it for trial, and by status, I'll have something.
And then in the meantime, get all the proof over to Mr. Stewart, and we'll go from there. So what's our trial date? June 10th. All right.
So now,
Hey,
Do I
Patricia,
have
I'll
to-
explain it to you after court. Don't say anything else on live court.
I took this case early because I thought it might be quick and something that we could handle, but I have people that are in the courtroom for 9:30 hearings now, so I am not going to handle your 10 o'clock cases, Ms. Armpriester, because I need to handle this DV docket and find out what we're doing with it. And then we'll come
Understood.
back as soon as we can,
Understood.
which is hopefully around 10. We lost our case manager. There she is. Yay. So we're switching. We're going to switch real quick and see what's going on with the DV docket.
Go ahead and sign off, Patricia. I'm going to email you.
Yes, Ms. Scotty Ryan, you can sign off. We're done with the 9 o'clock, not the 10 o'clock.
how do I shut this thing off? Can't even shut it off.
Yes, come on into the Zoom room, Mr. Stewart.
God, how do I get this off?
Zoom is coming to an end. Oh, you're coming back now? Okay. All right. I think you probably heard, Ms. Armpriester, that the most recent directive is that in criminal cases, the attorneys can all come back again. So that's happening. And we may, in fact, be wide open again in about a month.
Your Honor, it appears Ms. Cotty Ryan can't remove herself from the chat. Could you assist with that?
I can.
Thank you.
Go ahead, thank you.
I think I can. Thank you, Ms. Cotty Ryan.
Thank you, sorry.
No worries, I got you. There we go.
Or your petitioner, you will have a seat on this side of the courtroom. If you are a respondent, sit on that side. If you're just coming in, if you are not an attorney or court staff, also on TV.
Okay,
Need a mask in the courtroom.
all right. So then we're gonna have to figure out how long they're gonna be, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to weave them in between my criminal 10 o'clock docket, which, fantastic. Oh, I do know that that does help determine how long they are. Makes them much longer, usually. Okay, share screen. Okay. All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Judge Nicola, and I'll be presiding over our 9:30 a.m. Domestic violence docket. Those of you who are going to a hearing, the way that I proceed is that I'll have the petitioner and the respondent come up. Any witnesses that are here will remain seated until you're called. The petitioner is the person who goes first because the petitioner has actually the one who's filed the lawsuit. The respondent has the opportunity to ask questions if he or she would like, and then has the opportunity to tell me their side of the story once the petitioner has concluded his or her case in chief. Both parties are entitled to call witnesses, and both parties are also entitled to produce evidence. Evidence has to be shared with the other side in order to be admissible, which means that if you have pictures or you have text messages or you have a video or you have anything like that that you want to introduce into evidence, which means that you want me to see it, it has to be shown to the other side first. Okay? Which one do we have that's non-served?
The office service, we do have a respondent not present, however, it is
Oh, I just saw Attorney Bergeramo, and he was going to be here for this.
okay.
So let's start with whoever the first case that's not represented.
That would be 21 DR 949, Emily Escobar versus Diego Maris Solis.
All right, thank you, good morning. And this is case number 21 DR 949. Do either of you guys have witnesses with you? Just the two of you? And Ms. Escobar, you do want to go forward with the hearing, is that correct? Okay. And Mr. Solis, you are objecting to the entry of an injunction, is that right?
I would agree with what she said, but I will consent to the petition. I will follow.
You will consent to the injunction?
Yeah.
All right.
That will go on my record and.
This is a civil injunction, it's not a criminal case. If I were to pull up your name, it would show that there is presently a valid injunction that is against you. So that's what it will show.
Yeah, I'll agree with it.
Ms.
I agree with
Escobar,
what she said, but I will agree with what I have to do.
Ms. Escobar, how long are you asking for the injunction? Are you asking for years? Are you asking for forever? What are you looking for as far as having this gentleman stay away from you? How many years? While you're finishing your degree? That sounds reasonable. That work for you, sir?
Yeah,
Are you asking for anything else other than that the injunction be entered? Are you asking for any mental health counseling or anything like that? Or are you just asking him to stay away from you?
can I get that up to also?
What do you mean?
Can I also get counseling?
Can you get her to attend counseling?
Okay.
Yes, you can get counseling. She's asking for you to do that. So that would be part of the injunction, is that you would attend and complete a mental health evaluation and follow all recommendations. Is there anything else you're asking for? Let me look at your petition. Let's see here. She's also asking that you not go to the place where she attends school. You're in agreement with that, sir?
I can't transfer the.
She apparently attends Lorenzo Walker High School. She doesn't want you to go there. Are you attending school?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to any of the 5 festivals.
Okay, fantastic. Okay.
I'm set up for the courtroom in 4B.
Oh, sorry about that.
So I'll have to go there.
I don't see a request on the petition for the relief that she's asking. Does it have to be within the petition? This is a dating violence case.
Well, one, it's dating violence, so there's no sort of requirements. However, no, they don't request it in the petition. It's based off testimony and the judge's discretion.
Yeah. So I can't order that he attend and complete a mental health evaluation because it's not within the body of the petition. However, it does sound to me like he says that he wants to go do it anyway. So that's a good positive thing. So I hope that you will, in light of what's happened between you and your former girlfriend, who's now, you guys ended up here, which is the worst place to end your relationship. But I will grant the injunction for 4 years based on him consenting. Okay. Definitely do not violate the injunction because violating it is a misdemeanor and can sometimes be charged as a felony.
I also have a question.
Sure.
Recently I got contacted by someone.
You got contacted by somebody about this injunction?
Yeah, I got arrested in another case and he kind of contacted me, like, bothered me about it.
He contacted you about her?
No, about it. It kind of involved the situation, but he's been contacting me about her. I don't know if it's just-
Who is the he? Is it someone that you're friends with?
No, I have no idea.
Well, then block him.
I'm aware he doesn't even live here, but I'm sorry.
Bam, block caller. That's what I would do. Somebody calls me that I don't want, which is mostly people trying to extend my car warranty, I just block
I
them.
can't file anything against him or. Okay.
I can't tell you that, I don't know. But the easiest way for me seems like you just hit block caller. This is the easier place you want me to initial, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need initial here too? Okay. And if you can't get him to stay away from you, maybe you call the sheriff's department. Right?
Just to clarify, are we going to be checking compliance for a mental health evaluation?
No.
Okay. Just a strong recommendation.
Right. Okay. Good, this is good. I think I got everything, make sure. All right, thank you both. Good luck to you both. You do? Okay, what's your question?
You guys can't sign it if just go to a place and be like, hey, I need counseling.
You can do that at the David Lawrence Center. You can
Can.
voluntarily go to the David Lawrence Center and ask for a mental health evaluation, and they'll recommend any
Mental
treatment.
health evaluation, is that like depression or?
They'll evaluate you and then recommend any treatment you need.
There's lots of people over there that can help you, and if they can't, they can always point you to somebody who can. But the best thing that you're doing for yourself right now is saying, hey, I think I need help. So that's the first step. So good luck to you. Okay, thank you. All right. And who does Mr. Verderamo represent?
It looks like an Austin Brock. We have Austin Brock.
That's the next case, and I don't see Mr. Verderamo yet. So why don't we call, it looks like Paige Allen versus Aaron Nolima.
21 DR 963.
Are the parties here for that case? Miss Allen? And Mr. Noelma?
No, it's on behalf of the minor.
Oh, yeah.
You're Miss Allen? And it's for your daughter? And this is your daughter? And what's your name? Sir, you can come have a seat. Brooke, what's your last name? I'm sorry. Thank you. But your first name's Faith, but you go by Brooke. No? Faith is your middle name? Oh, it says Faith Brooklyn Smith. So your name is Brooklyn Faith Smith. They've got it reversed on the paperwork. So, all right, let's take a look at this. And Mr. Noelma, good morning, sir. Do you agree with the injunction? Or are you looking to have a hearing on the injunction, sir? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Did you say you're doing whatever I say? What are you looking for, ma'am, by way of the injunction? As I asked the lady before you, are you looking for an injunction that lasts years? Are you looking for something that's permanent? What are you seeking? And you would agree, sir, to stay away from her for as long as the injunction's in effect? Yes? All right, then based on that, the court will issue a permanent injunction. Let me just look at your petition to see if you asked for anything else. I didn't do that before. Yes, there's a pending criminal case, which means that there's also a criminal no contact. A criminal no contact usually expires at the expiration of the criminal case, but a civil no contact order does not. It will only ever expire upon somebody filing a request with the court to dissolve the injunction and the court actually granting it, which usually is done at a hearing. So if you're 20 years from now and he's moved to New York and she's moved to California, and you think there's no reason for it anymore, you can always come into the court and ask to dissolve it. Otherwise, it stays in effect for all time. Thank you. I only see the request for the injunction and not a request for anything else. So the court will issue the injunction and will issue it and make it permanent. Good luck to you both. Thank you.
Amanda, if you guys move in or change locations, it's really important that you keep your address updated with the clerk of court, because if someone down the road files a motion and we can't have you served, it's on you guys to keep your address current.
Yes, and so she lives on college, I need to.
Keep the address current, correct. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can just sit down, they'll hand paperwork when you're done.
There you go. Thank you. A little different than we thought, right? I know. We find Mr. Bergeramo, tell him he's got 2 minutes for his hearing. He was here.
I saw him in the courtroom.
I know.
figured maybe he went up to 4B, but.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, he was here. He knew, I told him I was handling this docket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like, Mr. Ramos thinks that now he gets to,
Anybody who's signing in over Zoom, we're a little bit delayed on our 10 o'clock docket, so if you wouldn't mind muting your microphone until your case is called, I'd appreciate it. Where's Mr. Bergeramo?
he just left 280,
Okay,
not sure where he's at.
hopefully here. Your ears must have been burning, Mr. Bergeramo. Good morning, we're ready for you. You're here for, looks like it's Virginia Messina and Austin Brock, 21 DR 962. Miss Messina, is Mr. Brock here? Okay. That makes it a little difficult. Good morning, Miss Messina. So, if we would have known that he was in custody, we could have had him over the microphone, people over Zoom. Otherwise, I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room.
A Zoom call and I'm on.
All right, mute your microphone, sir.
All right, that's quite all right. It's not a
Bye-bye.
problem. We're making progress. We should have something by Wednesday.
Yep, you're going back to the waiting room. How hard is it to just mute your darn microphone? Ugh. These guys see I really am starting to hate Zoom. It's just like, oh, we are so going in the right direction. It's just like, we're so close.
I found out
allegation to allege a criminal charge, I'm gonna ask for a continuance based on the change in circumstances over the weekend. Everything will be in effect if temporary was entered.
Has he already been to 24s?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
well,
didn't get a phone call.
he's not on my list.
Maybe he went yesterday.
Maybe. I don't even know who was on duty this weekend, but I don't have him. And I have 24s today, so.
Okay. So I have a lot of.
It was provost judge.
Oh, it was? Do you
Yes.
remember what's his last name?
I didn't cover Mr. Pershore did. I just know it was Judge Provost.
Oh, okay, all right. So unfortunately, we can't move forward with the hearing today because we do need to be able to have him present, whether in person or over the TV. What I can do is continue the temporary injunction to remain in place. Do you know, Mr. Bergeramo, whether the arrest was made as a result of these allegations, or do you not even know that?
The allegations in the petition, he also has a criminal charge in it as well, felony,
And then he was arrested over the weekend for something
for
else?
allegedly violating this injunction.
Ah, okay.
I think, I don't know, I was looking to see if nothing came up with it.
Yeah, and it's probably isn't even processed
I
yet,
haven't
so.
talked to my client, more important.
Okay. Where do we want to set this one?
How much time do you think you need, Mr. Brown?
3 weeks.
Like 3 weeks? Is that okay with the petitioner? 3 weeks?
And ma'am, I'll ask you the same question, and I think it's good information for Mr. Bergeramo. I've asked the other ladies before you, what are you looking for by way of an injunction? Are you looking for something that lasts for a number of years? Are you looking for a permanent injunction? What is it you're seeking from the court? Permanent, okay. So there you have that information, Mr. Bergeramo.
3 weeks from today would be June 14th at 1:30.
June 14th at 1:30. All right, everything remains in place that's currently in effect, so he's still not allowed to have any contact with you directly, directly or otherwise. Yes.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. All right. That concludes our 9:30 docket at 10:01 a.m. Did you think that was going to happen?
I did not.
No, I did not either. I thought actually that it was impossible. There we go. Thank you. It was really fantastic. Oh, does he really? Well, you know what? I would volunteer to cover it for him since I'm here all day, but after doing a 2-hour relocation case that's going into day 3.
You better start charging them or something.
I looked at him on Friday at 4:30 and I said, oh my God, you guys need a 3rd day on a 2-hour hearing. So I don't know how long your trial's gonna go, but. I know, really. Tell him there's lots of good jewelry stores at Waterside. Yes, yeah. He has to suck up to the bailiff too. All right, let's see how I stop the screen share. Nice to see you, thank you. Stop share. Mr. Stewart, Ms. Armbruster, we're just finishing up our 9:30 docket. We'll be ready to start on the 10 here in about 2 minutes.
Problem, Judge.
You didn't hear the latest? The latest is that the attorneys are allowed to appear in person for all criminal hearings, starting immediately, I think it was Friday that I got the email, so yes. And they said, you know, we're still encouraging the attorneys to be pleas in absentia where you can, because they're trying to limit the amount of people that are coming in. But in all honesty, even if we aren't limiting the number of people that are coming in, I found the pleas in absentia to be very efficient.
I agree. Everything is in writing.
It's all in writing. It takes a lot less time. It doesn't inconvenience the clients who want to go to work or whatever it is they're doing. And I don't know. It seems like it's kind of a win-win to me. She's back. right, we are back on the record for our 10 o'clock docket this morning, which is our DV pretrials. And we've got some attorneys that are in the room. Ms. Fish, are you ready to go on your case this morning? It's Vincent Santanielli in LO, 21MM21. And what are we doing for Mr. Santaniello? Mr. Stewart, Ms. Fish is asking for a continuance in order to further pursue options in this case. Does the state have any objection?
Well, Judge, my only concern is we were set for trial, your last trial cycle, and then I think the day before trial or 2 days before trial, after we had prepared the case for trial, the defendant fired his attorney and hired Musca Law, and we agreed to a continuance. My preference is to set it for trial at this point.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we, because I already know that my June trial dates are going to be full. Why don't we set this, but then I'd have to set it on a pretrial if I did that. Because I mean, I'm kind of feeling like it's very possible that my 2 trial weeks in July might happen. Because now that we're looking at probably a new administrative order literally within weeks, it's very possible that instead of having 3 trial days, I might actually have 10.
That's fine, Judge. If you want to continue it, we can set it from there. That's fine.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on my next pretrial date. That'll give you a month. And then, because I have a lot more time in July than I do in June, I think, at least I hope. And that gives you the continuance, but at the same time, let's be ready to go to trial if in fact that's what we're going to do in July. Okay? And that's the only one you have, right?
What's the next court date, Judge?
What's your next court date for this one? June 28th, you're right. Yep. June 28th at 10. No. And I'm still not requiring the defendants to appear in person. No. And I may not. Actually, people show up when they say they're going to. I'm fine with not inconveniencing them as long as we can get them here when we need them. So far, we've been able to do that. Who else are you here for, Ms. Fish? Okay. And what are we doing for Ms. Garcia? This case is getting old. You are ready for trial. Okay. Is the state ready for trial?
This is Shante Garcia?
Yes, sir. 20MM1148.
Yes, we can set that one, Judge.
All right. Okay. And what is his name? What is your name, sir? You're Mr. Garcia? I don't see his name on my docket. Right after her, because why don't know. Oh, maybe because I have it by lawyer. That's why. Oh, there you are. You're not represented. His is 20MM1151. Well, Ms. Fish doesn't represent you right now. And are they co-defendants, or were they both charged with the same type of offense? Yes. So we have one that says they're ready for trial and another one that says that they're not. What is the state? Is the state intending to try them separately, Mr. Stewart?
That's fine. We will, Judge. I guess the deal with Mr. Garcia is he hasn't had an attorney for quite some time. So eventually he's going to either need to get an attorney or he's going to have to try the case by himself.
Well, tracking them together and trying them together are two different things. Sometimes the state attorney wants to have both defendants tried at the same time with one trial, and other times they don't want to. So that's why I asked Mr. Stewart that question. But it does make sense to put this on that June 28th pretrial. Understand, sir, that I'm going to mark this as a final continuance for both, because if you don't have an attorney by then, your case is getting set for trial. We're going to put both of those cases, Shante Garcia, 20 MM 1148, and Eric Garcia, 20 MM 1151, on the June 28th pretrial at 10 a.m. And that will allow you the opportunity, sir, to talk with an attorney and get one if you would like to have one. You can also apply for the services of the public defender if you can't afford one. But we're getting really, really old here, 300 days on these cases, and that decision needs to have been made months ago. So this is one last opportunity to do that if that's what you want to do, or hire Ms. Fish if that's what you'd like to do. But she might tell you that she has a conflict with representing both of you. I don't know. That happens at times. Yes, ma'am. No, we don't. I'm moving you to a pretrial based on the state's information that suggests that he might want to try both defendants together. And this defendant indicating that he might like to talk to you to see whether you're inclined to have dual representation, which I don't know based on the rules of professional responsibility if there's a conflict or not. That'll be up to you to decide. But you may need to have, she may tell you that you need to have a separate attorney to help you. That's not something that I can pass judgment on at this point. But I'm going to put you both on the pretrial. As I said before, I have way more trial time, I believe, in July than I do in June. So I don't think that these two would be the oldest cases for my June docket, which is usually where they get put as far as trial preference. Okay, priority. That's where I think it needs to go. So that's where I'm putting it. All right. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Bergerama, who are you here for, sir? Yes. Is the state ready on Mrs. Espino Galvez, 20 MM 579?
I could just have one moment, Judge.
Of course.
Judge, I hate to be a pain, but could we recall this case? I don't have the information I need, but I can get it if the court gives me about 5 minutes.
Is that okay with you, Mr. Bergerama? Wait a minute, see where we're at with that one? Okay, we'll recall that. All right. Let's just put that on the second call. Sir, what's your name?
He said he needs a Spanish interpreter and calling for somebody on the weekend.
Okay. How about in the back? What are your names? What's the last name? Downs. All right, Mr. Downs, give me a second. Let me find you. Okay. There he is. Ms. Arnpriester, Mr. Downs is your client, 21 MM 669. This is a brand new case.
Who is it, Your Honor?
The last name is Downs, David William Downs.
Your Honor, I would request that we set this for, I believe it's so new that it hasn't even come into my name yet. I would ask that we set this for the next pretrial conference.
The next pretrial conference with me is June the 28th at 10.
That's fine.
Does that work for you, gentlemen? June 28th at 10?
Mr. Stewart, could you please email me an offer?
Because you're represented by an attorney, you do not have to appear at the pretrial conference. You're always welcome to come if you'd like, but you also can watch the hearing remotely by going to the website where you'll see my name and clicking on my remote hearings, and you'll see everything that's going on. That's why you don't see a lot of people in the courtroom today, because anyone who's represented by an attorney is told that they don't have to come to the pretrial, that the attorney will appear on their behalf.
And
So-
Judge, I reached out to Mr. Downs at area code 239-404-5212, but never heard back. Is that still his phone number?
Is that your phone number, 404-5212? No, what's your new number so I can give it to Ms. Armbruster? What's your new phone number?
It's 239,
Uh-huh.
232,
232, Ms. Armbruster.
0073.
0073, same area code 239.
All right, I will be in touch.
We'll be in touch with you to talk about your case, okay? But for now, you're set for the June 28th pretrial at 10 a.m. You do not have to be here. Thank you. You don't have to be here June 28th. The attorney will appear on your behalf. You can always see what's going on with your case by watching it remotely. You just have to go into my personal webpage. It'll say view my remote hearings. Click on that. You can watch everything that happens at the 10 a.m. pretrial if you want to. Okay?
Your Honor,
All right.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
before he leaves, and so Ms. Armbruster also knows, the offer in the case is diversion.
The offer in your case, sir, is the diversion program. You understand that? Do you know what that is? Sure. So diversion is a program that goes through county probation, which is right out here. They'll assign to you some tasks that you have to complete. Usually it's some community service hours, maybe some other things. And if you complete it, your charges are completely dismissed. So
Mr. Downs, if you're interested in that, go make an appointment with them. I think that's a good offer.
So you can go next door and make an appointment with them and see what they're offering for you. You don't have to take it, but you can always find out. If it sounds good to you, you can do the tasks and your case will be done and dismissed.
All right, yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah. And you can bring your dad with you. You can talk to them too. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Stewart.
I don't care. Bring her in. I'm not gonna make you wear the mask.
You can take it off, man.
Just stay right there. Stay right there.
Hi, Ms. Potter Robinson. Your case is 21 MM235, and it looks like you have an attorney. And
I represent her.
you do? It says Courtney Stassi in Miami.
She, Miss Stassi used to be with our office. I'm not sure why. I'll ask for a new notice of appearance to be filed in my name.
Okay. You're represented by the Office of the Public Defender, and it's now Carrie Armpriester.
Judge, I tried to make contact with Miss Potter Robinson during our data hack, and she was in custody. I realize now she's out. If she could come up to the 5th floor, give me all her contact information with our receptionist, her and I could have a more private conversation. I do know the state made me an offer on this. If I could just please have that next date.
Okay.
You come on without the mask on, man. Okay.
Or you could go right here to the seat. I can hear you if you sit in the chair where the microphone is. We're very, very close to ending our mask mandate, but they have basically indicated to us that we have at least one more month of it, and only in the courtrooms. And it's not my decision. The judges, we get it about 10 steps up, so we just all have to comply. But I don't want you to be uncomfortable, and I understand asthma, trust me.
My husband is a victim, and he's on continent that he talked to his secretary or somebody.
That's not my assistant. And actually, he would not call my office. If he had any information about your criminal case, he would probably talk to someone at the state attorney's office. That won't do anything for me. I don't make the charging decision. The state attorney's office does.
What they said is that he needed to talk to the judge. For being, we've been married 24 years. We have a son, a 10-year-old son, and he was wanting to get the one contact order taken off so I can come back to the state and not to hotels.
That's a request to lift the no contact order has to come from your attorney. So Ms. Armpriester is the one who's going to be helping you. So Ms. Armpriester, do you want me to have her come up and leave her information with you, or what do you want me to do? She said that she wants to try and have the no contact order lifted, but I don't
Today
have that.
wouldn't be, Judge, today wouldn't be appropriate for that. I'm happy to go over all of that with her. If she can come and again, leave me her email and phone number, I'll get in touch with her just as soon as I can and do my very best.
So you need to leave all that information with Ms. Armpriester. Their office is located on the 5th floor. Your address, phone number, email, that'll be an easy way for you guys to talk about it. And then just see if a motion is filed, get it in front of me. I can hear stuff pretty quickly. It just, I can't hear it today, but I'll find you guys some time. Okay? You're welcome. Now we need to figure out what court date we're going to give you. Where are we going to put her case, Ms. Armpriest or Mr. Stewart?
I would ask for the DV pretrial in June.
Any objection, Mr. Stewart?
No, Your Honor.
So we're going to put your pretrial on June the 28th at 10 a.m. You don't have to be here because Ms. Armpriest is representing you. But as I said to the gentleman before, I don't know if you heard me, all of these types of hearings can be seen online on my website. It says view my remote hearings. You just type in my name and you can pull up all my information, okay? I can tell this has been very hard for you. There's nothing to prevent you from seeing your son, is that right? There's nothing to prevent you from seeing your son, right?
Well, I live by a very small chocolate.
I know where Chokoloski is. Right, yes, I understand that.
We had to go to DCF, I guess. So far, it takes weeks. My son's never been home. And if the case was a big misunderstanding, an 81-year-old woman supposedly sick me. So my right hand, which was paralyzed for 7 months. It was paralyzed. And I'm just not being able to move it. And I had a brace on it. And it even states it in there, that she seen me throw a right punch, and that's my arm was paralyzed. The officer arrested me. Knew it. It's very, very small.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was a misunderstanding, and it's just very hard because I got a no trust on my home, and it didn't happen there. Our homes, the one we're living in, is on plantation. This happened on an elevated bridge.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot of things to discuss with your attorney and you have a lot going on. And all we can do is take it a little bit at a time and see how we can get through it. So for right now, because the state didn't have any information about your husband's request, there's not anything I can do about it today. But what I can do is I can tell you to go talk to Ms. Armpriester and she can help you figure out your path to get things resolved, okay? It sounds like you've got more than just this thing going on. You've got a lot going on, but we'll get you through it. It might take some time, but we'll get you through it. You said you had some DCF issues. That's what I meant by. Good.
But I've never had DCF, except for I did go to prison, and whenever I passed out, actually, I was going for overnight for visitation, and they gave me full custody. She gave me full custody right there. I passed out. She came around the judge. She's like, I wish there was more. I woke up. She's like, I wish there was more mothers out there that did this, because whenever I was in prison, it was all I did above and beyond what
That's good. That's good. But we've got this problem right now, and
Please come see me, Miss Potter Robinson.
she wants you to come see her, and we'll get through it. I don't know what the resolution will be, but you've got a good lawyer on your side to try and help you. So go up to the 5th floor, give her your information, and we'll go from there. Okay? You too. Thank you. You well.
Judge, on Espino Galvez that we were addressing,
Yes.
we can go ahead and set that one.
Okay, let's see.
With
And
Mr. Bertaramo.
Mr. Bertaramo's gone.
Oh, okay. I'm
Is he
sorry.
going to another courtroom and coming back? Okay. Who's JJ?
You're all done, man.
Jesse, I have court this morning.
What's your name?
This is my client, Your Honor, Jesse Tosha,
Oh, yes, Mr. Atosha.
21 MM 105.
Yes, what are we doing for Mr. Atosha?
Judge, if we could set this for trial, and in terms of mitigation, just so that the court is aware, there's been a lot of progress in terms of counseling and other classes being taken care of.
What's the state?
That's fine, Judge. We can set it for trial if that's the request.
All right, this will go to calendar call on June the 7th. My trial dates presently are the 9th, 10th, and 11th. Yeah, I have a 9 a.m. calendar call on June 7th.
Judge, we have to issue subpoenas, so do you want us to issue those for the 9th?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'd also like to mention that I'm attending VIP class and couples counseling.
I already stated that, Jesse. It's not appropriate in this forum. We'll use that going forward. The state knows. Send me the proof you have.
Oh, hold on, I guess.
Hold on, I had a question from the clerk. What was the question? Hey, John, the clerk's telling me that the calendar call for June the 7th is not showing up on Showcase.
Right at it. Calendar call 9 a.m. and then a family case starting at 10 a.m.
You don't see it?
So you might be in your calendar in the master, but we don't have it, so I'm just saying you can just look at it, because I can't get into the internet either here, so I can't look at it. But that's fine, if you're telling, just give me a time and I'll add it later.
Okay.
What's the time? What is it?
It's a calendar call. It's going to be 9 a.m. for my trial docket that begins on June the 9th.
June 7th, you said?
June 7th, yes.
9 o'clock, it's like a hearing docket for calendar call?
It's basically to determine whether these cases are actually going to trial, because usually we set, a group of them, and then some of them change their mind. Yep, okay.
Are we just setting it for one date?
We're just setting it for that one date, but Mr. Stewart has indicated that he's going to subpoena witnesses for the night.
Well, Judge, before we set this one, I have just based on some of the conversation here. So if the defendant is in the batter's intervention program, that possibly could be the basis for a resolution to the case. So if that's the case, my preference would be to not set it for trial and allow him to do batter's intervention program, because that may end up resolving the case.
Mr. Armbruster?
Would that result in perhaps a null pros in the case?
Or potentially diversion. I haven't looked at it that closely, but I imagine that would seriously factor into the defendant's favor.
If that's the case, then we can take it off the trial docket. Just trying to make sure Mr. Atosha doesn't end up with a record. He is very proactive in this matter.
You guys want to set it on my June 28th pretrial at 10?
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
Let's do that. So strike the June 7th calendar call. This case is going to go to another pretrial. Okay, let's see. He didn't appear at all, but I didn't require his appearance. Actually, he did appear. He's right there. Sorry, he is over Zoom. Sorry, Mr. Atosha. You're good.
It's okay.
So we're setting you for.
So I'm all set, Your Honor.
Just get in touch with Ms. Armbruster and she'll let you know what's happening, all right?
Jesse, court's going to be on Zoom June 28th. Get me your progress for the BIP and a letter from your counselor so that I can submit actual professional proof to Mr. Stewart, and that will weigh in your favor. But get me you can send it to my email.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, we'll be in touch, and then court on the 28th on Zoom, okay? Just like it was today. I'll send you the code.
Got it.
All right, bye-bye. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Malloy, are you ready, sir? Savannah Kennison, case number 21MM411.
Yes, Judge. We're trying to work this through. We'd ask for one more docket sounding with a waiver.
Any objection, Mr. Stewart?
No, Your Honor.
June 28th at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
No, the defendant is not over Zoom. Just the attorney, Mr. Malloy.
That's correct. Yes, Judge.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Mr. Bergeramo, are you ready, sir? He said that his witnesses are available, so he is ready to set it for trial, which would be Evelyn Espino Galvez, 20MM579, And I have my calendar call on June 7th at 9. And Mr. Stewart, are you asking to set that one for the morning of the 9th, June 9th?
We can just leave it to June 7th. That's just when I'm going to issue my subpoenas for the 9th. So.
Does that work for you, Mr. Verderamo?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yes. On the 7th. Okay, Ms. Maurer, are you ready, ma'am?
Honor.
You're here on Rosa Gomez Diaz, 21MM413.
Yes, I just received a diversion offer in this case. If I could have a continuance with a waiver so that I can discuss it with her, that'd be great.
Any objection, Mr. Stewart?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, that will be June 28th at 10.
All right, sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. No, client is not present. And by the way, just so you understand, Ms. Maurer, I'm still not requiring the clients to be at free trials.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Tejeda, are you there, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
By Ms. Armpriester, 20MM977.
Yes, Your Honor. For Mr. Tejeda's case, if we could go ahead and set this case for your trial docket.
Mr. Stewart?
If I could have one moment, Judge.
We still can't find an interpreter for this gentleman?
He has the public defender's office, I believe.
Yeah, but he still needs to understand.
Nobody's answering up, so I don't know where anybody is.
All right. After we take Mr. Tejeda, we're going to call language line because I'm just not doing this. It's Monday and I'm not in the mood. It's not.
Judge, we can set this one as well. That's fine.
All right, let's set this one on June the 7th. All right, Mr. Tejeda, we're going to have a calendar call on June the 7th, and then we'll figure out which day we're going to set you for trial.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Amperstein, too.
You're welcome. Thank you, Tony.
Bye-bye.
What's your woman's name? Mr. Vega Gonzalez, that's right. 21MM408, court's calling language line.
Your Honor, may I please take a 5-minute recess while you call language line?
Sure, this is your client though.
Oh, I'll wait. I was gonna go talk to Miss Potter Robinson, but it can wait.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think almost everyone I think that's left on this docket is yours.
Welcome to Language Line Solutions. Please enter your 6-digit client number. For Spanish, please enter your access code AROSE.
Come on up, sir.
Please hold for an interpreter.
Good morning. The customer is with me. Can you speak up just a little bit because I'm having a hard time hearing you? Thank you. This is Judge Nicola in Collier County. I'm with Jose, how do you say your name? Josue Gonzalez. Ms. Armpriester, what is your request with respect to Mr. Gonzalez?
Judge, I would ask to continue this to the next pretrial.
Ms. Armpriester is asking to continue this case. She's asking for a continuance to the next pretrial, which will be June 28th at 10.
Le están pidiendo una continuación de este caso a su juicio y eso sería para el siguiente junio 28 a las 10.
And sir, you would need to talk with your attorney before then.
Ya se puede hablar con su abogado antes de eso.
Mr. Stewart, any objection to that request?
No, Your Honor.
La petición que se hizo.
Judge, could Mr. Gonzalez please be encouraged to come upstairs and leave me with his updated contact information?
So his lawyer is asking that he come to the 5th floor to leave his contact information so she can talk to him about his case.
Se le está pidiendo su abogado que suba al 5º piso a actualizar su información de contacto para poder hablar con usted acerca del caso.
Okay? June 28th at 10 will be your pretrial. You do not need to be here. Could you tell them that he does not need to be here on June 28th at 10, that his lawyer will appear on his behalf?
Junio 28 a las 10, usted no tiene que estar aquí. Usted no tiene que estar aquí. Su abogado vendrá a representarlo.
Hoy me habían dicho que hoy tampoco tenía que estar aquí, pero ayer me dijeron que sí, los fiancistas. Y entonces yo llamé al abogado, pero no sé si el número que me dieron en el 5º piso fue correcto, que nunca recibí respuesta. Yo dejé un mensaje de voz, pero no sé si el número que me dieron fue correcto en el 5º piso.
I was told the same thing this time, that I didn't have to show up, and yesterday the boss then called me that I have to show up to the court. Tried calling the lawyer, the number that he provided is not correct, it's not to the 5th floor. I left voicemail messages and I never got an answer back. I don't think it's the right number.
So what you'll need to do is go to the 5th floor and get the information for Miss Armpriester, who is your lawyer. It has her number on her card.
And Your Honor, I have someone in my office with me now who will run up to the front and personally hand him my business card.
En el primer piso o en el 5º piso. The 5th floor.
5th floor, is that right?
Yes. He's going to come up, Miss Armpriester. It's too hard with having everybody with the interpreter. Thank you, sir. Thank you for helping us this morning, sir. Hold on 1 minute. He needs more help. What is that?
Yo tuve una corte el mes pasado, que un caso, esa corte específica fue desestimado y la persona había sido arrestada. Yo le pregunté al juez que si estaba seguro que estaba hablando de mi caso porque nunca entendí nada. No supe ni por qué estuve aquí. Y entonces me dijo que preguntara en el primer piso. El primer piso tampoco me dan información. Entonces es muy frustrante no saber por qué uno estuvo acá y de qué caso estábamos hablando.
Actually, Your Honor, not to throw a wrench.
I need to have this interpreted first. I don't know what he said. Oh my God. 1 minute. Yes, sir. What did he just say? What did this gentleman just say?
Last month, and I don't know what I was here for. And I was trying to ask if they didn't tell me why I was here appointed in court. I asked the 1st floor, and they told me in the 1st floor to not tell me why was I here on last month's court. Very frustrating not knowing why I even was here present for it. And I had a court date that nobody tell me what that was about.
Sir, you are charged with violating an injunction for protection against domestic violence.
Las acusaciones que tiene aquí es una violación de asunción en un caso de protección en lo que tenía de violencia doméstica,
No.
Pero ese caso que fue desestimado, ¿de qué es?
Yeah.
And the other case previously that was dismissed, what was that about?
The case that was dismissed, I don't know what the case was that was dismissed. Do you?
He's got a DD case out there. That's why he's talking about it for last week, the 13th.
Oh, you had a domestic violence case last week.
Yes, it's still showing pending, but there was a hearing in front of the magistrate, and that's what he's talking about. And he was kind of sent away and didn't understand anything. But it's set for, yeah, it says there was a recommendation, final hearing granted, yeah.
We called language line. I just got to the point. They said they didn't get any response, so I just, bam, hit the number. We're almost done, but thank you for coming, though. No, I think we're good. Thank you, though. It's a family case. It has nothing to do. This is a criminal case.
Eso no tiene nada que ver con lo que está aquí el día de hoy. Este es un caso familiar de lo que tenía esto, lo que le están haciendo su audiencia por lo que estuvo presente aquí el día pasado. No tiene nada que ver con esto, que es un caso criminal.
¿Y quién fue la persona que fue arrestada?
I have no idea, sir. All I have is the information before me on the case that you're here on today, which is for violating an injunction.
tengo ni idea, señor. Aquí está por otro caso, que es la información que tengo frente a mí. Está aquí por una relación e institución a lo que ya tenía de protección.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir, for
Your
helping us.
Honor,
Yes.
Judge, Mr. Vega Gonzalez was found not indigent. I do not represent him.
It says you do on my docket.
I understand, but if you juxtapose that to line 25 on showcase, application for indigent status is indigent, no, he does not qualify.
Judge Adams found him indigent on March 29th and signed a court order to that effect. Having taken testimony from defendant, the court finds defendant indigent and appoints a public defender. March 29th, 2021, signed by Judge Adams.
Thank you, Judge. I'll get the order taken care of.
The order's signed, it's already done.
And it's internal on our office so that my name's on the case. I'll handle it. Thank you.
We're good, thank you. Okay, well, let's see what else we got here. Who's in custody?
First one, Brennan McCoy.
Did you reset that case, Judge, that we just addressed?
Yes, we set it for June 28th at 10.
Okay.
Brandon McCoy has two cases, 21MM182 and 20MM1486. He's in jail right now. What do we want to do with Mr. McCoy, Ms. Armpriester?
Can we set him for a plea today after 24s, please?
See how bad my 215 docket is right now? Yes, we can. In both cases?
Yes.
All right, we'll set that for a plea this afternoon. Okay, who else do we have, Joe?
Juwan Sanders.
What about Juwan Sanders, 21MM545, also yours, Ms. Armpriester?
Pulling it up now, Your Honor. Judge, this is a very recent appointment on this matter. I would request a continuance. He also has felony issues and a holdout of Hendry.
And this is a battery case. And then there was, oh, that must have been done at first appearance, order revoking bond. Mr. Stewart, you want to set this one on the June 28th pretrial at 10?
Yes, please, Judge.
All right. That one will also go June 28th at 10. So who else do we have in custody? Samantha Sposato, 20MM1906.
Judge, Ms. Sposato recently, I'm going to try to make this short. She had Salbazaz. He no longer represents her on her felony. I've recently been in touch with Derek Tyler. We would like to try to work these cases out together as much as possible. Depots are being done in the felony. If we could continue this 2 cycles.
Mr. Stewart, what's the state's position on this case?
No objection.
Okay, so we had June 28th, and I thought I said the next date was August 2nd. August 2nd at 10.
And Your Honor, if anything comes before then, I'll have it set or coordinate with Mr. Stewart and your JA before then if necessary.
Okay. And then I've got 2 cases for Walter Bowles-Rivas. One is 21MM412 and one is 20MM348. There's a note on 21MM412 which says arraignment. Has he been arraigned yet? Doesn't look like he.
Not on the new matter, Judge. We'll enter a plea of not guilty on that. The state has made an offer as to both cases if we could set them both for an in-person plea.
So the 21MM412 will be entering a plea of not guilty on his behalf. And we'll set that. Let me see when I have an in-person plea date in June.
And Judge, it's assigned to Judge Provost. Being that you have the lower case number, it would need to be reassigned.
Okay, it needs to be assigned to me. I thought that Jen set some pleas for me because she had, we're gonna move both cases for a plea. She had moved 2 pleas that you had, Ms. Armpriester, because you were in trial with Judge Adams. I can't remember where she set them.
I think it was June 1st, but I could
It is, it's June 1st. June 1st at 1:30. Can we put these 2 there?
I will do my best to let him know. There's a language barrier, so sometimes it takes a little time, but we can go ahead and set it for that.
Okay, we'll set both of Mr. Bowles Rivas's cases for a plea, June 1st at 1:30. Oh, it doesn't look like you've been appointed on the other case, Ms. Armpriester.
I don't believe he's applied yet, Judge. I'll take care of that internally if I need to.
Okay, that would be great. And then we have, did we already address David Downs? I thought we did.
We did.
Yeah, we took care of him. He's still showing up. I don't know why. And then the last one I'm showing for you is Antonio Tagpasso, 21 MM 282.
Yes, Your Honor, he's in custody. There's other pending matters. I've attempted to meet with him several times. I'm having problems. If I could please have another continuance. I do know it's getting somewhat old. It's from the end of February. But being that he has these other
The
concerns.
last name is Passo. It looks like it's the last one on my docket. Tagpasso. Tague and then Passo, Paso. 21 MM 282. Any objection to moving this one to the 28th, Mr. Stewart?
No, Your Honor.
So we'll move this to June 28th at 10 as well. And from where I'm sitting, it looks like that's everybody on the 10 o'clock.
That's what I see, Judge. And we did add Mr. McCoy both cases to plea today.
Yes.
Wonderful. I think that's all I have.
I think that's all I have too. All right, so I'll see you this afternoon.
Yes,
Thank
Judge,
you.
and it is only 6 individuals for 24, so.
I see
good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 8.
Okay. My docket has 6, but that's okay.
One of them has 2 cases. I know that's, you know, I thought that considering the fact that the Naples Beach Hotel closed last night, that we might have a hefty 24-hour docket. So that means they behaved themselves.
That or even law enforcement was feeling sentimental.
Well, a little story for you guys. So I'll share something. I worked there from 1987 through 1989 at the beach bar, and walked the beach yesterday morning and walked through the Naples Beach Hotel and saw the girl that I worked with. She still works there. She was closing the bar. So it was very sentimental.
Oh.
But also very cool. I mean,
Yes,
that's a piece of our history that's going to be missed.
Mr. Mike Schneider introduced me to the Naples Beach Hotel. So many memories with bar associations and meeting all kinds of wonderful people there in our community. So I think it's a sad day for everyone, but especially you and your friend who's been there for so long.
Yep, I know, it was very strange, but Mike Watkins did say he was there this weekend and he said they're keeping HBs in the beach bar. So I guess they're gonna spruce it up because it's the 4 seasons, but Mike Watkins said that was the deal that was made. So we'll see.
We don't really want it spruced up. It's good the way it is.
Yeah, it's good the way it is. Well, you know what? They can't touch the beach. So we've got that, folks.